Bah! Just like that, Facebook is screwing. The guys, Facebook, namaste. God bless. Happy friggin' Tuesday. How the hell are all of you? I did a giggle move tonight. Yeah, my normal day off got switched. Not switched. I volunteered to help, obviously. My other boss over there, and I take Thursdays off now. So it's getting used to working here on Tuesday. Usually I go see Mom, but I have to kind of switch that around a little bit. But yesterday, as I was doing the laundry thing, man, we got this big laundry room that I go to. Something, as I was looking through the reels, I was just to stay awake. Literally, I just worked all morning, 10, 12 hours, whatever it was, and I'm trying to stay awake. And I'm going through reels. I'm doing my scrolling on Insta, and something came across, and I was like, it's about time that this is explained in the easiest fashion for the majority of people to understand. And I was like, wow. I said, I got to get this. And the only problem was I forgot my glasses, man. So I scribbled this down on paper. And I said, wait, let's take the original here and read off that and give you guys an idea. The only thing I ask is that you guys, if you're really into this stuff, believe me, this is what transformed me. Grab a little sticky note and a pen, because you're going to need it for this. But it's, where the hell is it here? I need my glasses for that too. It's National Make Your Dream Come True Day. This is going to do it. This is going to do it. This is going to really, really amp up, who you are as a person. It's also National Rubber Ducky Day for all you people with childhood issues that still want to play with your ducky in a tub. Hey, God bless you. And it's National Sticker Day. And that goes wholeheartedly with the sticky note thing here to give you an idea. But honestly, as I was writing this stuff down, one of Buddha's quotes came into my head, and I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit here, because it really enhances the fact of who we are as people. And our biggest obstacle is, I'm looking right at it now, and you're looking at it in the mirror every single day at yourself. He said the hardest victory is over self. And I can honestly say this will give you the biggest boost and biggest kick in the ass you ever wanted, because now you're going to say, now I know. All I literally have to do now is follow this simple recipe and implement it every day as much as I can and get reminded of it every day. That's why I'm telling you to grab a sticky note and a pen. But I'm going to get right to it, because I've been shouting from the friggin' rooftops for years on Neville Goddard's Live in the End. And when I first learned that, I couldn't understand it, because he kept saying, live in the state, live in the state, live in the... What state, meatball? What are you talking about? Before I understood the psychology behind it. The state of mind, indeed, as I slowly realized that later on in life. But here from Quantum Shift Academy on Instagram, give this guy a look-see. He's got some... Once things are explained a little bit easier, I think a lot of people are going to get it, because they're using the same philosophy as the Goddards and the Platos and all these deceased notables out there, and embellishing it the way that people can truly understand it now. This will give you an idea. This will say, wow, this is the little faculties that I've been missing to really kind of amp up what I'm trying to attain in life. It's an epiphany of magnitude that will change everything for you. I'm going to shut the hell up, and I'm going to get right to it here, because Quantum Shift Academy had the very simple heading that really got my attention. It said, how to move into your desired reality. And Neville Goddard said it, wholeheartedly. Live in the end. Well, live in the end what? What end? What are you talking about? This is what they're talking about here. And I featured this different ways here on America's Mentor. But this here really explains it in the simplest terms. It'll really give you guys a boost and the revelation to make the conscious choice every day to change your friggin' mind. And stop thinking so hard of yourself. And stop thinking so down of yourself. And stop thinking that you're not worthy. Every single one of those words that I've uttered is literally killing you from the inside out. This will stop the process. Believe me when I tell you. I'm going to get right into it. Grab your pen and sticky if you need this, man, because the first part is basically up to you. And I'll give you an idea of what I do every day with my own way of living this kind of life every day. And the daily reminder that my life depends on nothing except me. My thoughts, my words, my actions, my feelings, everything about me. And you have to take that responsibility for yourself, because the world's not happening to you, my friends. It's happening through you. That kind of understanding and revelation should really give you a kick in the ass. Here we go. Ask yourself, what is your desired reality? When you think about it, people say, I want money. What money there, meatball? What do you want money for? How is it going to make you feel? That's the whole point, is what he's getting at. How would having an abundance of money make you feel? I'm just using that as an example. How would having the love of your life in your life make you feel? That's what I'm talking about. The joy, the peace, the happiness. These are the components that are missing, that you're not understanding. That is the reason why a lot of us give up. And I gave up for the longest time on my goals and dreams, not realizing that they all started from within. I understood they started from within, but not necessarily with your thoughts and your writings and all these words you're writing down, but how you feel and how it makes you feel to already have it. Because it's already within us. I mean, all we got to do is attach our feelings and our thoughts to the energy and the atoms out there. We're going to start matching it with synchronicities. He goes on to say, ask yourself, what are the 3 energies and emotions that you would feel if you accomplish that? That's a great question. That's why I said grab a pen and a sticky note. What I've done is, what I've desired in life, I put those feelings and emotions on my phone. Literally, the minute I open my phone, it's right there to remind me to get in the state of those 3 energies and or emotions. And that's just a reflection part. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the due diligence that people forget. They think of it once, twice, throughout the day when they first wake up. Oh, it's a great dream. I love this. But then they step out the door and here you go. Here's reality. What I'm telling you is, no, reality's in here, man. You're creating the reality from within. The more you keep those feelings of already having what you truly desire, amplifying that with your thoughts as many times as you can throughout the day. Believe me when I tell you, try it, man. I'm telling you right now. Live in the feeling of absolute debt-free freedom. How would that feel to majority of you out there? I can honestly say, I mean, I live in the majority of this now. And I'm watching it amplify in my life. It's not going to happen overnight. Transformation is caterpillar to butterfly. It's evolution. You have to literally disintegrate the old self mentally to become the new self internally. He goes on to say, after I mention, ask yourself, what are your 3 energies and or emotions? Example, peace, love, and joy. He gave those examples. That situation would produce those frequencies. In other words, you're sending out. Your cell tower now is emitting those energies. Now, when you amplify it and you keep doing it all the time, as much as you can throughout the day, watch how things start happening in your life. He goes on to say, well, if that's the case, also those frequencies would produce that situation. He's absolutely right. Hear me out. Producing that situation, in other words, it may not be what you're trying to attain per se. In other words, you really don't want to try to attain. You want to be what you've attained to attain it. But what he's talking about is synchronicities. You're going to start seeing little breadcrumbs along the way, man. You're going to start seeing these things happening in your life. It may not be the absolute end of what you're trying to accomplish, but the fun part, as I always say, it's the journey, not the destinations. When you become observant of what's going on around you, life gets a lot more fun. It starts waking up. And he said also, this is the beautiful part. This is what I love. Here is the paradox. Once you experience those chosen frequencies, like I mentioned before, you will be in the same vibration and the same frequency, the same mental and emotional state as the desired reality. Very simple to realize. Now, what he said, you won't even want the desired reality anymore. I love that. Think about what I just said. You won't even want the desired reality anymore. Listen. And when you no longer want it, it's because you have become it. Really, you literally embodied, and that's what one of the words Neville said. I'm going to mention that you literally embodied the dream before the dream. You've embodied the vision, the person, the situation, the finances. I mean, the peace, the perfect health. You have to embody that with your whole being to start being it, to create more being of it. And it goes on to say, and when you become it, this is when your physical reality will conspire to see that through. I mean, think about what he's saying. We all want these desires in our life. That's the problem. That's the paradox. You get nothing what you want, man. You get who you are. And if you're wanting something, listen, and when you no longer want it, now I'm going to read it again. When you no longer want it, it's because you have become, you've embodied the state of already having what you desire so much that it's only a matter of time, man. This is why the journey is so much fun. Because when you know you've embodied it, excuse me, you're going to start seeing all these little things happening around your life. I'm living proof of that. And I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize it. All these things were happening around me. I just kept keeping the good mood. I had this proverbial smile on my face and not realizing all these things were happening. What I'm letting you guys know, if you can remind yourself of the 3 most important emotions that you want to live in every day, love, joy, peace, abundance, happiness, whatever it might be prepared to start seeing those synchronicities. And if you have a big dream or a lot of us, I mean, don't think because, here I am, America's Mentor. Yes, indeed, I have aspirations, I have goals to, bring it up, in which I have, mind you. A lot of people just want to do it and watch Netflix. There's nothing wrong with that. There isn't. You want a simple, peaceful life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, that's amazing. Good for you, whatever it might be. What I'm saying is the other 23 hours or 22 hours in a day, how are you living is most important. Yeah, Netflix might take you away for an hour or two, but how are you living the other 22? That's the point. Is you living your best self as much as you can, whenever you can. Believe me, the situations and the pain in the asses are going to stop coming into your life if you start choosing a life of peace. Believe me when I tell you, I'm living proof of that, because a lot of the things that used to bother me when I started living in that state, in that peace of mind, started going by the wayside. I didn't have to do anything. They all naturally just evolved in different directions. Because why? I don't match their frequency. And getting back to what I was saying about what he mentioned, and when you no longer want it, in other words, you have this desire. It's within you. You can taste this thing. That's great, because now you naturally evolved into it. The universe is going to conspire with you. It's not biased. The universe is absolute perfection. You say I'm a schmuck, it says indeed you are. You say I'm wealthy, it's going to say indeed you are. Now when you amplify it, whatever you desire, good and or bad, it's going to start growing in your life. You're going to start evolving from the caterpillar into the butterfly, or whatever butterfly you want to be, a black one or you want to be a colorful one. It's completely up to you. The universe was given to us. Are you in verse? In other words, in sync with life. It was given to us as a tool, as a gift. And it says, look, this is what I have. All you have to do is follow the simple plan, and your life is going to evolve into that simple plan. And I'm going to get to what Neville said and his amazing ways of doing it, because he would basically, sending out the same thing. And mind you, all of this has been around for thousands of years, literally thousands of years, because in other words, esoterically, people can understand it. There's like a bunch of lawyers in a room, man, speaking in code, and the majority can understand, except for the elites. The elites understood this. They understand, and they still do to this day. They run the world by it. I'm telling you to run your world by it and understand. He said, as I mentioned before, he said, define your goal. Embody the state. Use SATs. Well, that's not some kind of academic thing here, meatball. It's sensory awakening techniques. What did I just give you? Put your 3 emotions or what you want to feel on the screensaver of your phone. The minute how many times you pick up your phone every day? Hundreds, probably hundreds of times every single day. Imagine being reminded of who you are hundreds of times a day. You're going to start embodying those feelings. And life is going to start showing you synchronicities to match it. Using SAT sensory awakening techniques, in other words, scenes and feelings, just as I said, and be patient and persistent. So how do you be patient and persistent? In other words, enjoy the journey. Persistent always reminds yourself of who you are. If you're having a bad day, it's because you're giving off bad vibes and you don't even friggin' realize it. When you start taking control of the switchboard of your nervous system, which is basically the creation point of all of us, life is going to start becoming a lot more fun. You don't struggle anymore. You're going to watch how shit's going to start coming to you naturally. You embody that desire. Like for us, achievers. I consider myself an achiever because I like that. It makes me feel this purposeful life. Like I said before, but a lot of people just want to chill with Netflix. Okay, fine. Why can't you be in a good mood all day long and then enjoy Netflix as well? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a very simple, placid life. There's nothing absolutely wrong with that. You don't have to be like, to me, I was born to be who I am right now. You want to hear something quite ironic? And I'll let you guys go. There was a photo. I saw it on Threads the other day. And this is how you basically you predict your future. Photo of a woman walking on the streets in the Bowery of New York. I mean, the cobblestone streets, really, really beautiful, beautiful picture. And the guy walked up to her and said, "Can I take your photo?" She was out shopping with her mom. Indeed. Guy took her photo, and back then, obviously this is the early 90s, I think it is. The guy asked, "What's your name?" And the lady goes, "What do you mean, what's my name?" She goes, "I'm Lady Gaga. And one day, everyone is going to know me." Well, what are the first words she said? I am. I am is your creation point. And I can tell you right now, you start saying I am, the choices that I am, and choosing those every single day, you're going to see, life is going to start showing you the most amazing things. But you have to be patient and you have to be persistent. You have to keep doing. I mean, the question is, I say grab a pencil or a pen and write down your 3 favorable emotions and or feelings that you want to have every day. I mean, when you start doing that, life can't give you nothing but that. That's the point. You're not denied. You keep pushing the narrative of that person who you are, like Lady Gaga that says, I am Lady Gaga. And I am, and you will know, and everybody will know my name one day. Well, she was her own self-fulfilling prophecy. She predicted her future before her future was even here. It's the same thing. You don't have to be a star to do this. Well, actually, we're all stars, man, in our own right. But what kind of star are you? Are you a dark star? Or are you one that glitters with gold, man? You got to ask yourself these questions. So I'm going to let you guys decide for yourself. I have my 3 frequencies, even more, that I live on every single day. Decide what kind of frequencies that really match who you are. Write them down, live it, love it, learn it, tattoo that shit on you, whatever you guys want to do, and push that narrative out there every single day. Watch how the universe is going to reward you, man. So enjoy your Tuesday. I got to make some angel here, man. I'm freaking starving. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. I hope this helped. At America's Mentor on that porn in politics X shit. Why am I still on there? I have no idea. I just post there anyway. What the hell? Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube, much love, and Instagram, much love, at America's Mentor on Instagram and Threads as well. Enjoy your Tuesday, guys. I just gave you the recipe. You can tweak it, you can set it up any way you want, but I can guarantee you, if you follow that, I mean, you have from Neville Goddard from decades and decades and decades ago, and centuries and thousands of years before that. I just showed you the easiest way. And much love to Quantum Shift Academy for that stuff. Check them out on Instagram as well. Enjoy your Tuesday, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.